You're listening to the Captain Jack Sports Show on Northeast Streaming Sports. This is a presentation of Northeast Streaming Sports.
The Hometown Foundation is excited to bring back the Dream Ride experience, August 26th to the 28th at Connecticut's Farmington Polo Club. Join us in celebrating the accomplishments of our Dream Riders while enjoying live music, a car and motorcycle show, family fun zone, pet adoptions, canine demonstrations, the Fireman's Chili Cook-Off, and much, much more. Get your tickets today.
How's everybody tonight? You don't know jack about sports until you check out the channel. We are live here on my YouTube show, Captain Jack Rag, and we are also live on Northeast Streaming Sports. As you saw, we had the promotion for the ride giveaway, Freedom Ride giveaway for a charity. That's up in the Northeast later on in the summer. Be sure to check that out. Check out our charities. Remember, check out Northeast Streaming Sports if you haven't already. We are also broadcasting on the Elite Superfans page. Other than, I said I'm on my page, I'm on my other page, I'm on my Galleon page, of course, my YouTube, I'm on my Twitter. If you are watching on Twitter and most of the Facebooks, I can't see your comments. I really can't. I can't see your comments. And sometimes when I do see your comments, it won't tell me who's who. So it's one of those things where if you can get over to YouTube, I always say that. I mean it, get over to YouTube. Cool Kev's in the house as well. Thank you there, Cool Kev. We are on Roku, one of the faster growing channels on Roku. Daniel calls it the Disney Channel, but it's okay. It's because we have to watch our language. We got to watch our language, but that's okay. Trust me, you don't want to hear 2 hours of my expletives, which gives me my segue of the evening. Because we're on Roku, and I can't swear, let me relay to you some of the things that pisses me off. Brandon Mull, how you doing? Sup to you. Sup. Matt Eisner is over here as well. Again, if you can, head on over to YouTube. I know that Matt Eisner and Brandon Mull are over there on the ESF page. I can see those people on the ESF page because you got to log in to actually see what's going on. But if you're on my page or a couple of my pages, I can't see your comments. And I agree with this with Cool Kev. Captain and Cussin is like PB and J. That is true. Except when we're on Roku. Getting back to the story, you know how I always will start it, and I wind. I'm sorry, that's the way I am. It's a windy, it's a windy road for the stories. But this is what pisses me off. I had a quick, like maybe 5 minutes before I rolled into work. I went exactly from work. I come to the house and I had like 5 minutes. And I said, you know what? I'm a little hungry. So I'm going to stop at Taco Bell. Mistake one. I see that Taco Bell. Hey, Ed, don't say that. Roku doesn't suck. It just has FCC like requirements. And I'm with Northeast Streaming Sports, and I will do what I need to do. Getting back. I go to Taco Bell, and I notice that there, and I look, because you can see that, the to-go, what is it, the drive-through line. And I'm like, wow. No drive-through because the drive-through line is going to be well beyond. So I said, okay, I'll get out of my truck. I walk in the door. I understand they're busy. So don't pretend like I'm an a-hole because I don't understand that they're busy. I do understand that they're busy. So you know how the Taco Bells have like that computer, like you can do your order there. I mean, I work on a computer all day long. I like to have some interaction. I walk up to the counter. I'm looking at the menu. I notice that the gentleman that's all working behind they're busy. I get that. But I'm looking at the menu, and then I like kind of give myself, eye contact. Again, look at the menu. Oh, okay. Oh, this box is good. Eye contact. I'm there. No lie. I'm there for a full 2.5 minutes, maybe 3. And the guy who's busy doesn't even acknowledge me. And again, I know they're busy. Doesn't even acknowledge me. Doing his orders. He acknowledges the people to the right because he said, hey, somebody had like four tacos, and they're standing off to my right, and he basically throws the bag at them. And I'm like, And I'm looking at that. Throws the bag at him. Not literally, but, you know, it was just, it wasn't very courteous. So I asked, there's like two guys and a gal that's in that group, right? So I asked him, I said, hey, did you use the, you know, the computer screen when you got your order? And the gal's like, no. He walked up to the counter. I'm like, okay. So at that point, I walked the F out. I need to be here for my show at 9. I was on the tick. I was here at 9. But I wanted to get something to eat. But I'm not waiting on incompetent people making above minimum wage. And by the way, like I said, all those people that said that food service workers need to be paid at 15 to 20 bucks an hour, F you. No. I'm not saying that, you know, everybody needs to be a college graduate, but you know what? There's a reason why people work in the fast food industry. And it is a real job. I'm not bad-mouthing the fast food industry. But if you're working in a customer service relations industry, you need to learn how to effing greet a customer. Or is that just asking a bit too much? Is it really asking a bit too much? I don't think so. So I walk the F out. I ain't doing this. And I get here and I'm still hungry, but I'm here for y'all. But it's disrespectful. And yeah, I guess this is the old man get off my lawn scenario. But it's true. And that is why, if you ask me how people who work at McDonald's and Taco Bell and throw out anything else, no, you shouldn't be making 15 to 18 bucks an hour. No. There are people that are laborers, they're plumbers, they're electricians, they do a trade. They're not college educated. They make a good wage. So I want to hear about it. So anyway, I'm here. I'm hungry. It's Thursday night. I guess the NBA draft's on because that's what I popped on. I guess was it the Knicks? The Knicks finally got somebody, and they had like Spike Lee there and A. Stephen Smith. And yes, it is A. Stephen Smith. It is A. Stephen Smith. It's not Stephen A. Smith. It's A.S.S. Ed, sure. And by the way, I want to give thanks to Ed Winchell because I tell you this. I'm not sure if I've ever said this story. Maybe I have. But when I was in LA for the last game where the Raiders played the Chargers, I'll be kind and call them the Chargers, in their soccer stadium. It was the last game in the Chargers stadium where they were in that soccer stadium before their tenancy, because it is a tenancy, at SoFi was done. I was sick, and Ed Winchell sends delivery Chinese food. Was it chicken noodle soup? And it was fantastic. And it was large. And it was a great order. In fact, I ate it for the 2 days because I was sick. That's why I think I might have had COVID before other people had COVID, because it was, I don't even know what year that was, but I was sick for like 2 days. And I've never had COVID, you know, the whatever the official COVID is, you know, knock wood, by the way, here. I'm gonna knock on wood here. Wait, let me make sure you guys hear this. You guys heard that? I knocked on wood. I've never had COVID to my knowledge. But Ed Winchell, thank you. Thank you for the, and Ed would, if I said, Ed, yeah, send me a pizza. He'd get on the phone, he'd say, what's your address? And he would say, what type of pizza do you want? What brand? And by the way, the other thing is that there are a few people that actually deliver in my area, because even, and I used to like Papa John's, but they moved out of my delivery area, so I can't even get Papa John's delivered anymore. There's very few pizzas. I'm not that I live out in the sticks, but you know, Marco's has really good pizza. There's a pizza called Slice, which is over by the base. In fact, tomorrow I'm probably going to go get a calzone there. I got one there last Friday. It was really good. Knock on wood if you're with the captain. Thank you there, Savage. Appreciate that. Papa John's is crap. So say James Farrell. But you know what? It's better than Pizza Hut. My opinion. Marco's has really good pizza. In fact, I've been eating. There is a pizza shop here. Papa John's is not real pizza. Whatever. I'm talking about franchises. Hate Domino's. Can't stand Domino's. If we're going, you know, big pizza, you know, like Pizza Hut, Papa John's. What is it? The pizza. Those guys. They suck too. Domino's is horrible. Hungry Howie's is okay. Yeah, Little Caesars. Thank you there, Savage. They're all right. But you know, on the grand scheme of things, I'll take of the brand pizzas. Of the brand pizzas, we don't have Straw Hat here. We don't have Godfather's. Godfather's was great. Godfather's had really good pizza. We don't have Godfather's. We don't have Straw Hat. And thank you. That is key. And that is why, Jimmy Farrell, I have found, it's called Eddie and Sam's. It's Eddie and Sam's Pizza. It is the pizza where they bottle the water from New York and they send it here. It's in Tampa. It is the best pizza. I think you guys might have seen this on when I did my Facebook like a month or two ago. I said, hey, I'm at Sam and Eddie's and Sam's. Great pizza. The best pizza I've had here. Eddie and Sam's. And they have a franchise in Tampa. In fact, if I don't go to Slice tomorrow to get the calzone, I'm going to look to see if Eddie and Sam's has calzone. The only problem with Eddie and Sam's downtown in Tampa is parking is atrocious and it's expensive as hell. But there you go. We're all about expenses when we're talking about getting out in your vehicle. And that's why I even led with the title today. How about those gas prices? How about those gas prices for sure? But I'm hungry and I'm going to have, you know, Sam and Eddie's. Izel, was it Jacobo? Hello. Good to see you as well, Izel. Welcome to the show. You're new. Pizza sucks in Pittsburgh. Too many pizza places. Well, you know, and again, I say this. If Ed Winchell and I are out in Pittsburgh for Christmas, and I doubt it seriously. But if Ed Winchell and I are in Pittsburgh, we'll have some good pizza. We'll go get some good pizza. Hershey, I'm sure East Coast, man. It's like East Coast. Second time I jumped in. Okay. Well, thank you there, Isel. I appreciate you being here. Thank you. Come over more often. Thank you, and welcome to the show. You're here. We do talk sports. I had this one guy, and he's an a-hole. Notice I watched my mouth. He was, and this is a sports show, and you're talking about TV and movies. Yeah, we talk about everything that comes up between myself and my callers. And there's the other segue. But I do like the extra large. Yeah, I'm thinking about that Sam and Eddie's pizza. I'm thinking about getting that. Or I'm going to go get the sliced pizza. I saw a post that Chris Jones from Kansas City signed with us. That's got to be fake. That's Mike, that's fake. Chris Jones is under contract. He did not sign, and he cost too much. So no, that's not true. I'm into the show. I'm going to put it up for everybody. There is the link. Come into the show. Jimmy Farrell, I got to talk to you, bro. Hit me up on Facebook. Yeah, Jimmy Farrell and Jared, they're spitting distance from each other. And Isel, again, thank you for being here. Thank you. There's the link. Let me wait, Jared. I know you're going to call. Let me make sure my phone line is up, please. Wait a second. I don't even have my phone line up because I know you're going to call. Let me put the phone line up. Now that it takes a couple minutes, a couple seconds, I want to do that. The phone line is up. Okay, that's done. It takes a second. I get the spinning circle of death. And then I want to make sure I got the timer up because we got the time. Okay, so we got the timer up. That's done. Who did the Knicks pick? I don't know. I don't care. Honestly, I don't care. If you want me to, they're going through the list right now. Watch it's on the bottom of the screen. It's a crawl. Okay, see, there you go. The answer is the kid from France. Thank you there, Matt Eisner. Thank you. That's who the Knicks picked, the kid from France. Oh, okay, that's the Chris Jones. Okay, there you go. That is true. He's a cornerback. He's not the Kansas City defensive lineman. He's not. Jimmy Farrell. No! I wish I had the meme with was it Luke Skywalker? We had that meme out already. Which pick is this? The Bobcats? The Bobcats select Jalen Duren. Or the Hornets. Sorry, the Hornets select Jalen Duren. And that's the quote of the day. Dolan is a bonehead. He is. The Hornets. Okay, thank you there, Matt. Okay, so you got the link. We're 25 minutes into the show. We're talking NBA. We're talking whatever. Frederick Weiss. By the way, it's W there, Jimmy Farrell. It's a German W, which is a V, which is why the name of their vehicles are Falve. Wow, somebody's calling.
Call from Captain Jack Google Voice.
Okay. Hey, Robert Carper, thank you for being here. Good to see you, brother. Robert Carper is my shipmate that is a Charger fan. It didn't come through. Well, whoever I'm going to ignore. I'm going to ignore it. Only because it didn't come through over there. Call again. Robert Carper subscribed. Thank you, shipmate. Robert Carper. If you don't watch the Wild Wild West show, which is the show on Wednesdays, and Robert, I give I give a lot of grief, but I in a nice way, I think. In a nice way, Robert Carper is a Chargers fan. See there, I said it twice again. Thank you for being here, shipmate. I appreciate you. If you're calling, it was on Google about the Casey Jones. That's a lie. Yeah, thank you. It is all good. Thank you there, shipmate. I appreciate that. There's a guy named Avatar who is a Broncos fan, who is a old school Navy guy just like me. Love, and I love the crowd there. And thank you for all the folks that come over from Wild Wild West. But you can call into this show. You can hit the link. Bring back Dickie Simpkins. Dickie, I know that name. Why do I know that name? Big Boy is in the house. Big Boy, how you doing? Good to see you, shipmate. And if you see this, where is it? If you see that little kind of looks like a dollar sign, that means that Big Boy Mario is a member of the channel. You too can be a channel member. For $5 a month, you get bonuses. You get incentives. Membership has its privileges. And if you are a Chiefs Mess member, not a Chiefs Mess, not a Chief, Chiefs Mess. Rob, I'm a retired Navy Chief, so it's called the Chiefs Mess. So you have Chiefs Mess members. I think Big Boy Mario, I think he's a Chiefs Mess member. I think so. Because I think I think I sent him a patch. So you get a patch as well. If you want to look to see what the patch looks like, it's not the beanie. It's not this beanie, but the patch looks like that. That's the patch. The beanie is extra. One of these days, yeah, I know. One of these days, yeah, he is a Chiefs Mess member. Yeah, I am ready for the Pittsburgh Report, Jared. Yes, I am. Please pop in. Call again. Hopefully it'll go there, because it didn't go there last time. And I'm glad to see Big Boy Mario there. Remember, you can support the channel by becoming a member. And again, Robert Carper, thank you for being here. We can talk. There we go. See, that's what I was looking for.
J Captain Jack Google Voice.
See, we got it. Got Jared coming in. Jared, let me get the timer on you, shipmate. What's going on?
How much, Jeff? How you doing tonight?
Nah, did you hear my rant about Taco Bell?
No, I'll have to go back and listen to it though. But I'm going to rant about some big things here tonight.
Oh, go! Hey, rant away. What's going on with you, man?
Well, like I said, first off, of course, we were talking about the NBA draft. I think we saw a little bit of a surprise, if you will, however, that went down, however, number one tonight. A lot of people thought the kid from Auburn, Smith, was going to be number one by the Magic. Instead, the Magic, well, had some magic up their satchel, let's just say, no pun intended, and proved to be surprising everyone, however, by going with the kid from Duke, Polo, at number one, and Smith went to Houston at number 3.
Okay, and this
people surprised.
Izel, I definitely send me some tamales, Izel. I appreciate that. And Bishop AJ prize wheel, yes, I know. I need to do that. I got to do a demo tape for the Raiders too, and I haven't done that yet. So I will do that, Bishop. I swear. Have I ever let you down? It might take a while, but I won't let you. By the way, I'm gonna stop the clock on you, Jared, because I did a little bit of a rant. Yeah, Jacobs MetLife. Hey, what do you make about that as well? What Josh Jacobs going to MetLife Stadium?
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. Let's just say.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't read a lot into it, but such is life. But yeah, I'm gonna start the wheel again. Oh, so now who's your basketball team, Jared? You got a basketball team?
I've been a Laker fan a long time. However, I think Leaf purple and gold. I've seen the good and bad years. However, believe you me, so the Lakers are my team, and I keep hearing all the reports about Westbrook being traded. How I keep hearing all the stuff that Kyrie might be going out to LA.
Yeah.
I don't see that happening at all. I don't think he wants to be second fiddle to LeBron. However, so I don't see that happening. I think the Lakers have just got to get young and youthful. I mean, plain and simple. However, they still have Anthony Davis, but right now they need all the help they can. Right now things are in, let's just say, a cluster mess in LA, to say the least.
Yeah, and I'm going to stop the clock again so you get the full 5. I saw a humongously stupid trade where they trade the Brow to the Warriors for Green and 2 other players who's younger. And I don't know if it was proposed or how you would feel about it, but I'm like, no, the Brow never plays a full season. He's oft injured, and I don't want to trade. I don't want to trade for him. What's your thoughts on that?
I don't know. I don't know if they would want Draymond Green on that team. I think right now with what the Warriors have, however, I think they still have the pieces all but put together, however. And I think, like I said, if I'm trading someone, I keep hearing the other big trade is right now between LA and possibly Houston, with Westbrook maybe going to Houston, John Wall goes to LA. Now, that would be interesting considering the fact, A, Westbrook has been a marked man over the last few months in LA, and he has not been well liked so far. Since he got to LA. John Wall, can he stay healthy? That is the big question. He has not been the same John Wall he has been in the prior years past. So I don't know if they're going to play let's make a deal there. But again, the story obviously is with Kyrie. They keep saying, oh, the Lakers, the Clippers, the Knicks are all looking at him. Right now, I don't see him leaving possibly New York unless the Knicks make a bona fide offer. And I know the Knicks made a boneheaded play with the kid from France at 11, but there has been talk they could be trading that pick out maybe to Oklahoma City maybe and getting something additional before the night's over. So I don't think the kid from France is going to be staying in New York very long at number 11. I think there's going to be a deal with Jimmy Dolan, the bonehead that he is, in New York, before the night's over in the next couple of days. The Knicks are like, for the last, I don't know how many years, 10, 15 years, have just become sort of like the Cleveland Browns of the NBA. I mean, it has just become so pathetic in that organization. They have not been good for a long time. They tried to bring in guys like R.J. Barrett, Derrick Rose, and Julius Randle. Julius Randle is half decent. I mean, R.J. Barrett's decent. But again, Derrick Rose is being up there, and he's sort of like Westbrook. He's injury prone. He has good games here and there, but at the same time, he cannot stay healthy for a full year. So the Knicks are going to have to do something to try to win back the trust of the fans anymore.
Okay. And
I did hear some golf news, Howard. We can't go without golf news.
No, we got to have our golf news, man. Go ahead.
Yes. Now, apparently a report is going around on ESPN today that the LIV golfers have been banned from the Scottish Open, believe it or not. Now, that'll be held before the British Open the week before, and already they said today the DP World Golf Tour will announce that golfers participating in that invitational series will not be allowed to play in the British Open.
Okay.
Or Scottish Open, the Scottish Open the week before the tournament. Now, earlier today, of course, we saw some excitement happening in Connecticut. Rory McIlroy continues to be the hot golfer along with Xander Schauffele. 62 and 63. Patrick Anthony and Charles Howell, Webb Simpson, all 64. The defending champion, Harris English, was at 66. Now, Justin Thomas is not playing this week because apparently, according to him, he needs to rest his back. So he is taking the week off, however, and resting his back. So hopefully he'll be back next week, maybe, however, for the tournament there. And I believe next week, I'm looking at the schedule here to see whether that's next week. I think it's the Rocket Mortgage. No, it's the John Deere Classic next week. And then they go to the Genesis Scottish Open. So before that, however, the PGA, I think, will be over there, for that, however. And then, of course, we got the Open Championship the following week, which Tiger says he will be playing it, however, in St. Andrews. Now,
quickly, because we already had the buzzer go off.
I'm sure everyone heard the story about Nick Bout. He will be retiring, however, after the Women's Championship in August. This is his last. He has 2 more months to go, and his CBS days as an announcer is done. He has been a great announcer, however, and it's going to be a shame to say goodbye to him, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I've always liked Nick Faldo.
Me too.
All right. Hey, Jared, thanks for coming in, shipmate. It's always a pleasure having your Pittsburgh report. And like I said, as of right now, the only way I'm going to Pittsburgh is if Ed Winchell and I make arrangements together and, it's worth my while. But unfortunately, it's not looking that way. But, hey, things can change.
Yep, I hear you.
All right.
All right, sounds good.
All right, Jared, you take care, shipmate. Good hearing from you. All right, that was the Pittsburgh Report with Jared. If you're new to the show, Jared calls in pretty much every show. So we get 5 minutes of Jared catching us up on different things. Like I said, we spoke about basketball tonight, golf, a little bit of I asked him some things as well. I didn't realize that Jared was a Lakers fan, though. That's unique. So you learn something new every day. Remember, like, share, come into the show. We're going to be joined by Jack Ken as soon as he takes that last long drag on that cigarette. Yeah, I'm looking. Yeah, he smiled. But, we're going to have Jack Ken come in as well. Jack, you're in here. I'm starting the clock on you as well. What's going on, man, and how you doing tonight?
Hey, Cap, how you doing, brother?
I'm good. What's up with you?
Got a day off, vacation day. It's always good. So I love you, brother. It's like, I've been watching a lot of stuff. It's like, next year it's like, Raiders cap hit. I said, not all these contracts have been very friendly for like the cap hits. Okay. I want to know what you think and Raider Nation thinks. And Willie Wayne, I see in the chat. Thank you, brother. But they're not that friendly. It's like, we can like reconstruct. I always said I'd rather have more guaranteed money on these contracts to make the cap hit less. So in 2023, what I've seen, what I've been looking at.
Okay. Let us know.
Which I'll be talking on OG show tomorrow night. We got $3 million after all the contracts expired. Josh Jacobs, Clelin Ferrell, Abrams. So we're going to be in a tight pinch. So right now we're a 29 team with cap space after next year. So what that tells me right now, we need to do this now. Do it now and get our chance for a Super Bowl. So sign guys like a Dominic Sue. Sign potentially like a Joe Hayden. Get it done now.
Yeah.
Because next year it's going to be different. What do you think, Cap?
Well, I will say, let me stop the clock because you asked me for my dissertation, so I will give you full credit on time. I don't really worry about the cap until I worry about the cap, because you're projecting next year already. Okay. And and I was reading something about the Raiders signing Sue, and it because Sue wants some money bags. He does. And he's saying all the right things. Oh yeah, that would be interesting. Might be a good fit. Yeah, I can see that. But I think that Sue wants a bunch of money bags, and if the Raiders don't up their offer, then he's going to walk, and that's okay, because the Raiders have signed a boatload of defensive tackles this year. They've signed Billings. They've signed Bilal Nichols. They signed Pecco. They've signed another guy whose name escapes me. They have the rookies that they picked up, Farrell and the kid from there was a kid from Tennessee and a kid from LSU. Okay. And then they also picked up the kid in free agency from Notre Dame. So they've addressed that issue about, oh, Jack, I did not touch anything. I swear, Jack, Jack, come on back, Jack, and I'll give you another 3 minutes. But Jack's what do you call it? His feed went out. I did not touch anything. You guys saw my hands were up here. Okay. And I agree with this with Matt Eisner. We did lose Darius Pilon, but here's the thing. I'd love to have Darius Pilon back, but he's not going to be able to come back until the end of the year anyway, because he had an ACL the very last game of the year. Just like, OBJ had an ACL in the Super Bowl. Why do you want to sign OBJ when he's got an ACL at the very, very last game, which is the Super Bowl? Okay. I think that the Raiders are okay at defensive tackle. And I'm going to show this because Richie Riche, the wonderful gentleman, remember, watch Wild Wild West. Wild Wild West. You've already got veteran guys at the spot. You need younger guys with potential. Develop them and see where they land. Thank you. We picked up those young guys. It's, what is it, Farrell and Butler, I believe were their names. The kid from Notre Dame, undrafted free agent, developed them. Remember, Nichols is on a 1-year contract. Billings is on a 1-year contract. Pecco is on a 1-year contract, okay? So, and that's the way the Patriots do it, because when they leave at the end of the year, then we get collateral for them in compensation, in compensatory picks. That's just the way it is. And I also agree with Richie Riche about this. Pilon might come back, but it won't be until the latter portion of the season if he checks out medically. If he checks out medically and the Raiders, want him back. But Pilon might want to go with Bradley over in Indianapolis because he's a Bradley guy. But I like what I saw with Darius Pilon. I really do. I really like him, and I hope he comes back. And even Rob Carpenter agrees. Carper agrees. You run with what you got. Sue's on the downside. He wouldn't be bad, but it's not at the price he wants, Rob. And that's what I'm talking about. And as far as the cap, like I said, that's all projections and this, that, and the other thing. I don't worry about it until it's an issue. I don't worry about it until it's an issue, and that's projected for next year. And if the Raiders do well this year, people will redo their contracts because they say, hey, we're either there or we're like one step away. According to Rob Carper, we'd be a couple steps away because he's a Chargers fan. Okay. Just go with what you got. Manipulate the cap. The damn Rams have all these guys under contract and they keep reloading. So it can be done. It could be done. And I agree also with Ed Winter. If we wanted to, he'd be on the roster already. Okay. Sue is better. Okay. True. And he does play well, and he's not injured a lot, whereas Pilon got injured. And Bishop, we're not talking this year, the $20 million. We're talking about next, or what Jack Kent was talking about was next year. We got $3 million, but again, that's next year, and you can manipulate things. You can always manipulate things. I fully guarantee that there will be more space. There will be more space. Farrell's not going to be here next year, and that's already in the equation. Jacobs, maybe. We'll see. But he's going to have to ball out this year. So we'll see. And I agree with this as well, Rob. Appreciate it. Going to want more than he's really worth. I agree too. If you want to come into the show, I appreciate that. Let me reset the clock. Jack, I did not boot you. Your feed dropped. My hands were here. My hands are up here. Okay. If you want to come into the show, let me put that link up again. Oh, there's another hat to drop. Paste it here. Hang on. But yeah, the link's already there. Or call, and Jared calls all the time. So I didn't put the number out because I know Jared was going to call. And remember, hashtag Captain Jack play by play. Hashtag play with the captain. Here you go. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to push it out. Remember, it is hot as balls in here, man. I might have to go Gruden. Gonna have to, you know what? I'm gonna have to go Gruden. Here, I got my Gruden cap there because it's cooler. There you go. Richie already has it figured out. Come into the show if you want to come into the show. The links are up. Remember, the links are up. You can hit the StreamYard link. You can call into the show, as Jared does. We are 47 minutes into the show. Yes, I had a rant about Taco Bell. I'm allowed to. I'm still hungry. Why not post a play-by-play of a Raiders game on the channel? I probably will. Richie, I probably will. I will have to look for, because I've done it in the past. There's playoff games that are on the channel for play-by-play. And I will go through the archives, and I will do that. That's one of the things I'm going to do this weekend. I know Bishop wants me to make sure to do the prize wheel. Yes, I got to do a demo, though. So I got to find the right game. And Ed Winchell, I'm already ahead of you. So I'm not even going to show the comment because I've already been thinking about that. I'm already ahead of you. We saw Waller's contract. Okay, if he pushes without that, we'll see. But you know what? Like I said, that's next year's problems. Let's worry about this year now. Houston Rockets picked Tari Eason, a forward out of LSU. I don't know any of these guys. I don't. I really don't. I mean, I don't watch college basketball until the March Madness. And I'm not a basketball college aficionado. I'm not. I know enough about the NBA to get me in trouble. And I normally don't even watch that until I tell you guys, I'm honest about it. I don't watch the NBA until maybe the conference semis. So you have the conference semis, and then the conference finals, and then you have the NBA finals. Why? Because it doesn't matter. It does not matter. And Richie, Savage is a good. That's not a bad one as well. Jabari Smith's son just got drafted too. Okay. I don't know who Jabari Smith is. Name sounds familiar. And this is a very good question. And this is a question that was posed last night on the Wild Wild West show. There's another plug. Make sure you watch the Wild Wild West show. We even have Robert Carper, the Chargers fan, in this audience as well. Private chat. Done with the NBA. That was Jack. Jack, I didn't. By the way, Positive Philly was here, and then he popped out. Yarg! Sharif Salah Khan, welcome to the show, shipmate. Good to see you. But okay, Matt, I will put that up, but I will let Richie Riche. Oh, he went to Auburn in the NCAAs and went to the NBA. Okay. Jabari Smith. Okay. Again, not a big basketball person. I'm not. And you want me to? And even when the NBA, even when the Gators won 2 straight NCAA tournaments, I remember that Noah was that, but an Al Horford who played for the Boston Celtics was on those 2 by Gator championship teams. Al Horford, who played for the Celtics, and Joaquin Noah, who I actually have a jersey of because it was on special at the sports store I used to work at. That's Yannick's kid who played tennis. So I got. And it said it depends about Waller doesn't. Thank you, and that's why I wanted to show you, Richie. And I'm glad you put it up there because you did it as well. He's not an inline blocking tight end. He's a pass catcher. McDaniels likes tight ends that know how to block. Gronkowski, the kid from Florida who is no longer with us, the murderer, Hernandez. Guys who can catch and block. Waller is not a big blocker. Derek Carrier is going to be utilized if he stays. And I was looking at the depth chart. They have like maybe that they're going to keep 4 tight ends. Maybe. We'll see. But it was one of the other things there. Good, positive Phillies back. Yeah, even Hernandez. Yeah. But we'll see about that. Yeah, positive. Let's start. Let's bring in positive Philly. You ready to go, shipmate? Hopefully so. I'm going to bring him in. Hopefully we'll hear from. Hey,
Captain
Positive,
Jack.
you're in the house, man. There you
What's up?
go.
Yeah,
what's
I didn't know if
going
my
on,
camera.
man?
I'm
Yeah, you
doing
got
good.
to have your hat on, man. What's up?
How you doing?
I'm good. Trust the process.
Trust the process. I'm watching the NBA draft, and the Phillies are playing as well.
There you go. Oh, the Phillies are playing. What's the score?
Haven't turned on the game yet.
Oh, I was going to say, they got obliterated by the Rangers the other night.
Yeah.
It was like 9-1.
7-0. They lost the other night. 7-0. They lost the other day 4-2. 0-0. Bottom of the first.
Okay, good. They're not losing yet.
Yeah, I hope they don't. I mean, I'm not worried. You know, we lost 3 games. I think we're still good with Thompson.
Yeah, no. I mean, we've lost 3 games since he's been managing, and the rest of them we've won. He's about
4.
20 games in.
We've lost 4.
Oh, excuse me, I missed one. Okay, but yeah,
we'll see. I think he's a good manager. Like I know he's the interim right now, but why not keep him next year? I mean, if we make the playoffs this year.
Sharif, I'm thinking it was Sean Payton. Is that the last coach to win a Super Bowl award? I think it was Sean Payton. Am I right?
I don't know.
We'll see. We'll find out. And again, Richie is now we got Philly in the house, so I'm not gonna take away your thunder. In fact, I'm gonna stop the clock. I'm gonna stop the clock for a couple minutes. What's on your mind?
Well, you know, of course, we got tomorrow night. The Avalanche can win in Game 5. I know you probably don't want that, but I'm hoping for that.
I'd like to see it go at least 6. But the way and again the 2 overtime games were really, really hard on the Lightning, and they actually when the Avs got that tying goal, they kind of let down last night.
Right.
They kind of let down. And and I was talking with one of the gals at work, and I'm right. Gruden did with it. Yeah, but I got it right. I believe there, Shuri saw Khan about the last guy with a visor. It was Sean Payton, at least in my knowledge. But anyway, they let down, and their play went down, and then like immediately. And see, that's the thing, though. These overtime losses were quickly in overtime. You know, who knows? The Lightning could be up 3-1 if they play a little bit better.
You think?
Yeah, because again, they lost 2 overtime games, and the other 2 games were blowouts. So the Avs blew out the Lightning, and the Lightning blew out the Avs. But 2 overtime games, a couple different things. You throw it the other way, that the Lightning could be up 3-1.
Yeah. I'm just so tired of I know like Lightning fans are gonna be like, oh, it's the dynasty, it's like the Patriots. I'm tired of them winning though. I just am. Like,
I honestly think that the Lightning. Oh, Doug Peterson. Okay.
what about
Doug Peterson wore a visor with the Eagles, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Doug Peterson.
Oh, that was the question?
Yeah, who was the last Super Bowl coach to win a Super Bowl by wearing a visor?
That's an interesting question.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who the coaches have been.
Yeah. But it could be Doug Peterson. I mean, that's more recent than Sean Payton. Sean Payton won the Super Bowl. I was overseas and I touched down in a country which I won't talk about, and was there for about half an hour just in time to watch the opening kickoff of the Saints-Colts Super Bowl. So there you go. But yeah, what else is going on?
Nothing. We're less than 80 days away from the NFL. That's pretty exciting. I'm excited to come on here and once football starts and talk football. That's my favorite thing to talk about with you, of course.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, we're all waiting for football. I mean, honestly, we haven't even hit the All-Star break in baseball yet, and I'm like, really? It seems like it's dragging. It's dragging, and we only lost a week because of the strike thing. We lost a week, and that's all. But still, it's not really much.
I know. I'm not even at the halfway point, but yeah, I'm watching the NBA draft. The Sixers are coming up soon. I've been hearing these rumors all day about us possibly getting Kyrie Irving. I don't want it. I do not want it. It's going to be like Ben Simmons 2.0.
Yeah, I wouldn't want. I'm sorry, Kyrie Irving to me is yes. I know he won a championship with LeBron. I get it. Okay.
You're not a big basketball fan, though, are you?
Huh?
You're not a big basketball fan, are you?
Not really, no. I mean, I know it. I know enough to keep it. Let's put it this way: when I was a kid in Philly, it was the '72 Sixers, and they lost. It was an 82 game. I think they were 7 and whatever 82. They lost like 70 something games. Okay, they sucked. So that's why I was never a big basketball fan. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember people talking about that.
Yeah, they were horrible. Gene Shue was their coach. They had one of the Van Arsdales. I can't remember if it was Tom or Dickie or whatever, but one of the Van Arsdales. They had they didn't have anybody. In fact, look up Google. That's your assignment there. Google the roster for the 72 Sixers, and you'll see that they had nobody. But Gene Shue was their coach.
Yeah. One thing before I go, we might have talked about this. Is that my timer?
Yeah, there's your bell. There's your bell. Go ahead and give me that thought.
We might have talked about this last time. I can't remember, but what do you think of the Flyers' new head coach?
I love Tortorella. Yeah, we did talk about this. I think it's going to be a wake-up call for that organization. Aaron Vigneault was a hard ass as well. but he was a hard ass with a bunch of older players. The Flyers, for the most part, are younger, and I think they need a hard ass like John Tortorella to get in their buckets.
You think we
It'll
bring
be good.
anybody in? You think they
Huh?
bring like any vets in or anybody like that? Any like veterans in or?
Yeah, you're gonna bring some vets in. Maybe they'll actually get the guy that they traded away for picks down to Miami. They might bring him back.
Or Giroux?
Yeah, why not? I mean, Giroux likes to play in Philly. Maybe put him on a 1-year contract. We'll see. But otherwise, who's the captain of the Flyers right now? Is it the kid that played for the Rangers? What's his name? The number I can't remember his name.
No, it's shoot, what's his name?
Let's talk about a raise.
I'm drawing a blank. Isn't it not Ben Riemsdyk? It's the other kid.
Yeah. That's your other homework assignment. Find out who the hell the captain of the Flyers is.
I'll look that up right now and let you know in the chat.
Okay. But again, let me know in the chat. Look up the 72 Sixers and see that they had nobody on that team other than Van Arsdale.
All right.
Okay. Hey, thanks for coming in, Positive. Always good hearing from you, shipmate.
Appreciate you, Captain.
You got it, man. Take care. All right. So there you go. Hey, Lance, you can come in. Lance is a Packers fan, Rob Carper. He's a Packers fan, and he comes in. Hello to you as well. Thank you. I go with everybody. And baseball season is too long. But you got to do something between football season. And the USFL is just not making it. If the USFL played football instead of at one location, and I get it that they are trying to start up the league and they don't want to put a lot of overages and expenditures. I get that. And that's smart, but you have no continuity. The Tampa Bay Bandits, if you're a Bandits fan, you got to go all the way to Montgomery, Alabama just to watch a game. Are you really going to travel that far? No. You got to be a real diehard. Because I mean, I haven't seen any of the too many of the games, but I'm sure that stadium is not packed. Oh, there you go. And thank you there, shipmate. After Drew was traded, Sean Couturier, Kevin Hayes, and Ivan Provorov. Yeah, okay, Couturier. I like Couturier. Kevin Hayes was the guy I was talking about. And I got my new Flyers jersey. I was maybe if I can get what I want, which is coming up to Philly for a weekend. Because I have to go up to my my mom's old bank and clean out her safe deposit box. Maybe I'll go on a weekend that, I'll catch a Flyers game. I'll let you know. USFL is trying to get TV revenue. Okay, the stands are never packed. That's true. When you coming? When my lawyer here tells me I can go. When my lawyer here says we're going to let you go out there, I'll go. And baseball season now, it's like maybe I'll wait until like when there's a Flyers and a Phillies game. I don't even know if I can. It depends. If it'd be like late in the season. When does hockey start? I got to see it. I'd rather see a Flyers game though. I really would. I'd rather see a Flyers game. Because I've seen a lot of Phillies games. I want to see a Flyers game. So I might have to wait for that. Yes, I am going to Jacksonville November 6th. I already got my tickets. October. There you go. Yeah, man. I'd do that in a minute. Come into the show. Lance Dominguez. There you go. There's the link. Remember, like, share, hit the link. We're talking Flyers hockey. We're talking basketball. We were talking golf with Jared, hit the link. Lower level, row A. Yeah, Jeff, I'm I'm first row. First row, right behind the goalpost. Actually, probably the same seats I was in when we were there last time. Ed Winchell, I want to go to a Dodgers game. Ed, if we could figure out, and I mean this, if we could figure out like opening day, right? Opening weekend. Are the Dodgers in town for the Raiders opening weekend? Hey, Rob, I appreciate that. I know about getting up. Shipmate, thank you for being here, man. Salute to you. I love fans from all over. Robert Carper is a Chargers fan. Thank you there, Shipmate. Come into the show next time. Come into the show. Lance Dominguez, who's my Packers fan, come into the show. And I want to go to a Dodgers game. I do want to go to a Dodgers game. I really do. So see where the Dodgers are playing opening weekend when the Raiders are playing the Chargers. Maybe we can do it then. I'd love that. But thanks, Robert Carper. Appreciate you being over here. Oakland Raiders Savage, what do you have to say? That included Kiffin or Allen. You don't want to be a part of it. But Dennis Allen's coaching the Saints this year. Maybe a World Series. Yeah, that would be great. They got to get there, though. If they do, I will be there. Especially if Vin Scully is still with us. Ed, you work on that, Drude. I will be there. Okay. If it's a World Series, so it's October, maybe a Raider weekend. I got to fly out to Vegas anyway. I'll fly out to LA early. I'm very tight on the amount of time that I have, as you know. Carrier retired, that's possible. If Carrier retired, that's a bummer. But he was a great third tight end. We'll see. Go to Orlads. In fact, I'll look at it while we're here. Let's see here. I just put it up here. Orlads Raiders. See, yeah, it came up on my Google search because I did put it up the other day. Let's see if it's heard. Derek Carrier, tight end, Waller, Moreau, yeah, Hollister, Horsted, Nick Bowers. Carrier's not there. Which is unfortunate. So it's going to be Waller, Moreau, and who's going to be that third tight end? Nick Bowers, I think, could be that. Hollister for sure, I think, could be that. So we'll see. We'll see. And you're right. He's not listed. He's not listed, Shipmate. So we'll see that. Hey, come into the show. Come into the show. And I said, I'm wearing the visor because it's hot. It is. It's hot. And I don't know. Can you hear the fan? Let me put it up to. No. Okay, wait. There you go. Can you hear the fan? I got the fan blowing right up on me. What do you think about, I love Josh McDaniels, man. I do, Lance. Again, I think he's going to do things right this time around. God help him if he doesn't, though. Dennis Allen traded for Matt Flynn. Actually, the actor who will play Matt Flynn in the movie is Matt Damon. You ever looked at them together? They look exactly alike. Really. Look them up. Matt Damon, Matt Flynn. It's true. Come into the show. Hey, Savage, are you working, Savage? Ed Winchell, you working? Say hi to the family. And by the way, I'm glad that Ed Winchell is feeling better. Thank you for all those that had positivity, that was sending out good vibes for Ed Winchell and his family. I know that I will be, now's the chance because we're waiting on time here. I will be out at Raider Nation Explosion. That's in July. Next month, that's in Madeira. Tickets are available on the website. Look for Raider Nation Explosion. It's an event. Go to the Raider Nation Explosion. Bill Romanowski is going to be there doing a signing. I got to get my tickets for that. That's July. Okay. There are other events in August. I will be out in Canton, obviously, for Cliff Branch going into the Hall of Fame. And it sucks that they don't give rings or jackets to the family. It sucks. It's wrong, my opinion. Yeah. Pardon me. So I'll be out there for the Raiders' first game against the Jaguars in Canton, watching Cliff Branch go into the Hall of Fame. Well overdue. I will be maybe going to Miami for a preseason game. I'm not going to lose a lot of sleep over if I don't go. Savage just got home from work, watching your show, crossing the San Mateo Bridge, berries is garbage, is Dennis Allen and Matt Flynn. Yeah, the Green Bay Packers legend Matt Flynn, that's for sure. Hey, we're going to have Richie Riche come in here. 5 good. Remember like the old show on PTI, 5 good minutes? We're going to have 5 good minutes with Richie Riche. I'm even gonna put him on. I haven't even started the clock yet. I haven't even started the clock. So it's an extra 5 minutes. So once you start talking, and again, when I stop babbling or when I start babbling, I will try to hit the pause. How you doing there, Richie Riche? And by the way, loved the show last night, and it was really great to be there.
Yeah, it was fantastic. We had a great show. Anyone who missed it, please check it out after the fact. I really liked the way that we kind of arranged it, and I think next week is going to be probably even better because I think we're going to be able to get into some really interesting discussions.
I got my notes.
Yeah, I have my own. I have my own notes as well. So I really think we can get into some really good discussions.
But yeah, did you see Robert Carper was here?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's great seeing some crossover between all of our channels and whatnot. It's great just having football fans, right? So
that's for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
But I really did mean it. Like I'm not trying to even troll Raiders fans when I'm making the comments about Waller. Like I'm actually being dead serious, right? He would probably make a great like possession receiver in a McDaniels offense, but the problem that McDaniels has is that he doesn't like to show his hand. He wants to have the flexibility in how he runs an offense. And if you can't inline block, then it's a problem. Because he then can only put you in certain situations. And then you almost become kind of like that one-dimensional gadget guy where you kind of, like you saw with like White, for example, the running back, where he only went in on those key third down situations as a secondary option instead of like say Wes Welker or Amendola or someone like that, to have kind of that second guy that can kind of cover the dirty yards right in the middle of the field. And my concern is that Waller, if he can't inline block, then you know for sure that you're not doing a run play because he's not going to be able to sit there and help blocker. He's only going to be able to run a pass play. And if you're getting dominated by the opposing team's D-line, you need another inline blocker at tight end.
Mm-hmm.
You just do. And I think that'll be a bit of an Achilles heel for him in terms of success. You want to know another tight end that suffered from that, especially in the back end of his career when he was looking to get paid, was Jimmy Graham.
Yes.
Right? No one's going to argue that he wasn't a spectacular pass catching tight end, but he couldn't block very well, and it really hindered him in his career in the latter part.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why the Saints got rid of him.
Yeah, it was 100%.
And his money, too much money as well.
No, but that's what I mean. Even with Waller, if he's looking for a big time payday, he needs to then actually start working more on his blocking to show that he can be a dual threat tight end to really kind of help balance that equation, to really make himself be more valuable for any team, unless his true goal is to try to convert to wide receiver.
Now, see that's the point, though, is if you're going to, and that's why I think he might be a little bit, because people were saying, actually, Coach was saying, in fact, let me stop the clock. Coach was saying, if you're going to put Waller in that room as a tight end, but if you take him out of the equation, then the Raiders wide receivers suffer. Okay, well, remember how they used to have H-backs where they were they were fullbacks / tight ends. In fact, the Broncos have an H-back on your roster this year, which I actually was looking up doing my homework for the assignment. But who's to say that Waller's not going to be used more as a split out, or maybe a little bit of a tighter split, but a split out wide receiver, because he has the speed, he has the hands, he has all the definitions of what a wide receiver needs to be. And the other thing is that I'm sure his agent is going to push that, because wide receivers make more money than tight ends as well.
They do, but the point is that right now on the roster he's listed as a tight end.
Right.
So I mean, so let's think of it from the flip side, right? He's typically lined up tight and then breaks out wide, or he's lined out on the outer edge and then breaks out wide, but he's still lined up in the tight end position in whichever scheme he's running. Now, on the flip side of that, okay, go ahead and line out wide and line up against some of the better cornerbacks in the league and see how you do. And if he's truly trying to convert to that possession, big body wide receiver, I'm not even saying he can't do it. I'm just saying that he has to prove that he can do it on a consistent basis in order to make that official transition to show that he can do it at the NFL level against cornerbacks and safeties, because right now he's typically going up against safeties, linebackers, and from time to time he'll end up lining up with cornerbacks. So my point is that you're going to be going against guys that are used to going against speed, and they are faster than he is, most of them. I'm not saying all, most of them. Mm-hmm. And so he has to be able to prove that he can leverage additional technique that he may not need to have showcased at the NFL level before. I'm not even saying he can't do it. I'm just saying he has to prove he can do it to show that he can make that clean transition over and make the money.
No, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
You can say that he's amazing. You don't want him blocking, but then my point, Lance, is it's not that I'm not saying he's not a good player. In fact, that's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is that if, hypothetically speaking, you put him at the tight end position, and let's say you end up with an opposing team whose D-line is destroying your offensive line, okay? Who are you going to have to help supplement if you're in a hurry up or if the other team is not letting you go? The problem is you do not have an inline blocker at tight end to supplement your offensive line, and then you're going to be a 3-and-out. So you just cannot implement the complexities of an offense. And this is why McDaniels hates having one-dimensional tight ends. That's why Gronkowski did so well in New England. That's why Hernandez did so well in New England. And that's why some of these other tight ends that you see in New England are these kind of random no-name guys. And it's because they can kind of do both. Right? And Waller is in the upper tier. Like we're talking like top 3 of pass catching tight ends. And he's probably number 2 if you're going to be fair about pass catching, like if you're only looking at pass catching. But the problem is that that's a one-dimensional component of his game. He doesn't have the pass blocking.
Yeah, I agree.
He doesn't have the blocking, right? So
yeah. But see, and Sharif brings up Antonio Gates, but Sharif, we're talking about in McDaniels' system. That's why we're talking about not that. I mean, it doesn't matter. We're talking about in McDaniels' system specifically.
Correct.
The tight ends in his system got to be more than just guys who can catch the ball. They got to be able to block. And by the way, and I'll put this out there, if anybody wants a signed Rob Gronkowski football from his stay with the Tampa Bay Bucks. Get with me. I know a guy. Seriously, I know. He called me on the phone today. He said, hey, I got availability for a Rob Gronkowski signing of a Tampa Bay Super Bowl football. I think it's either $450 or $500. I told him, dude, if I'm going to put $500 into a sports item, and I like Rob Gronkowski.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But considering that I'm going to start dropping $500 every other Friday on my brand new diesel guzzling truck starting next Friday, no. I'm not going to put 500 on a Rob Gronkowski football, but just in case anybody wants. But no, Sharif, we get that. We weren't talking about Antonio, but we're talking about in McDaniels' system. That's the caveat.
Right, and Lance, I understand what you're saying as well. Is that you're saying if you're having a guy that's a pass catcher, you shouldn't be trying to have him inline block. But that's not even what I just said. What I said specifically was, if you need an inline blocker to help supplement your offensive line, and the only tight end that you have on the field in those particular situations is Waller, you're toast. Because you're not going to get the additional blocking that you need from him. And again, my point is, he is an outstanding pass catcher. But if you need that blocking, that is typically why you're leaning on your tight end, is that you need them to be able to do both in a system like McDaniels. Now, can he adapt his? Sure, he's shown he absolutely can. But again, the issue is, does he want to move himself into a one-dimensional player at a specific position where you are better suited to have someone who can do both, so that you just never know what's going to happen in the play call? Okay. You know, you could line up looking like a pass and you run, and then you line up looking like a run and then you pass. You just may not necessarily have that flexibility with someone like Waller. And again, McDaniels and the New England general system, like the mentality there is they like to build picks. So you saw what they did with all their backup quarterbacks. They always traded them away when they were in New England. Well, again, I'm not even trying to troll anyone here or any of the Raiders fans. I could legitimately see them looking at that New England model with Waller and saying, I bet you I can get a second for him.
Yeah.
This year.
We got you. And Richie, again, thank you for coming in. Like I said, an extra 5 good minutes with Richie Rich. Remember, Wild Wild West on Wednesday nights. If you miss the show, either watch it on my YouTube, either watch it on Richie Rich's YouTube, or if you want to see it kind of live, it'll be on Roku tomorrow night.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
And guys, we are looking for additional comments. Like if you're wanting to see certain types of stuff on the Wild Wild West, reach out to either one of us, really, either via Twitter or in the YouTube comments, even just below this video. Go ahead and leave Captain Jack a comment, and we have an email thread that we kind of go through and discuss comments and new topics and whatnot. So if you have suggestions, leave them down below, and we will get to them as quickly as we can.
And again, share, and please comment after the show. Richie,
Exactly.
Always a pleasure, brother. Can't wait to see you again next Wednesday. And obviously for any other shows that I do, because you're always invited.
I appreciate it. Thank you, guys. You have yourself a wonderful evening.
All right. Take care, partner. Thanks again. Good to see Richie Rich. Again, we are 125 into the show. Come into the show. I kind of agree with Sharif here. It wasn't for Darren Waller. It wasn't for Jared Cook before he split. They made David Carr look great. They did. But I would say last year it was Renfro, though, because Waller was so injured last year. It wasn't Waller last year. It was Renfro. I'm sure you can agree with me on that. But the 2 years prior, yeah, it was Waller. Waller, Renfro. So again, share. Please come in. I appreciate everybody being here. We are 125 into the show. His autograph was cheaper at the draft. Who? Darren Wallers? Yeah, okay. Let me know. You guys ever have like arthritis in the thumb? Getting those old age cranky diseases and whatnot. So, but gotta deal with it. See, this is one thing I do like. Marjan Beauchamp, who just was picked by the Bucks. I'm not sure what pick it is. This is what you love to see. It's the journey. The kids are crying. The kids are crying. Why? Because they fulfilled their dream. They fulfilled their dream, which leads me to the segue. There you go. If you can, please do. If you can, Rich McGee, good to see you. What up to you as well? Good to see you. Please get that segue out. Get that segue. Get that hashtag out. Get that hashtag out, please. My dream is to be the radio voice of your Las Vegas Raiders. Yeah, Shreve, I'm sure I know a quarterback they can trade away too. That ain't happening. But anyway, I want to be your Raider radio voice. Please, Captain Jack play-by-play. Play with the captain. Put those out. Anytime you say, hey, yo, give Captain a chance, he should be the Raiders radio voice, I appreciate it. I haven't seen, and this is it. And thank you there, Rich McGee. A voice from the nation for the nation. I like that. And that was if you saw the wonderful graphic that Savage did, I loved it. Thank you there, shipmate. I've used it on my broadcast. And if you have the vote, Rich McGee, please, thank you. Use the hashtags though. And the reason why I say that is because I looked on the things where you can actually count how many times the hashtag's been used. Not a lot. Me. I've been one that's been using the hashtags. And I'm not saying that in a mean way. I need support. I need your help. Put the hashtag out in Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever you got. TikTok. I don't TikTok yet, but I will be TikToking pretty soon. And like Savage says, a voice from the nation for the nation, Captain Jack. Yeah, AJ, I got it. I'm trying to do that. That's one of the reasons why I got to do a demo tape this weekend. Put that hashtag out there, please. Put that hashtag out there. Help me out. And I don't even remember the last time I asked, please do something for me. I honestly don't remember ever saying, please do something for me. I'm asking, please do something for me. Please put that hashtag out there. But come into the show. We got about a half an hour to go. Got a half an hour to go. Or not. I'm tired. I can go to Taco Bell now that the rush is over. I would say I would go to Tijuana Flats, but I think they're closed. Let me see that. Let me look. See when they close. Tijuana Flats, who makes really good stuff. They're closed. Yeah, I guess they closed at 10. Steve called? I didn't hear Steve call. Steve got a call again. Call in, Steve. I did not hear the call because it was right here. Would have heard it. 10:26, 10:20. Yeah, it was a couple minutes. Steve, call back. I did not hear it ring. I did not hear it ring. You guys heard it. You know I would have put it in. Join the show. Did you hear Hill received death threats? Robert Bigler stopped threatening Hill's life. Stop threatening Tyreek Hill's life. I kid. I know he would not do that, but still. And I did. I love the graphic. Andy, to push for you to get in the booth. I got you. Thank you there. Thank you there, Savage. Put those hashtags out. I can do better than Taco Bell, but I get it. But it's 10:30 at night, and the place I wanted to go to is closed. Beef O'Brady's closes at 11. Or maybe, well, let me see. Let's see if they're open. Let me see. I think they close at 11. And they have fajita night. Beef O'Brady's. Okay. According to Google, they're closed. Taco Bell's the only thing that's open. No, not a Jack in the Box. Ugh. We need Del Tacos. That's one of the things that I like about Vegas is when I go to Vegas, I can go to Del Taco. Used to love Del Taco when I was in San Diego. Del Taco, love it. Don't have any of those out here on the East Coast. That's why it's Taco Bell. Oh, I know, Sharif. I know. Well, if you listen to what he says, Tua throws a better. That's a crock. Tua. That's a crock. 2 tacos for 99 cents at Jack in the Box. Yeah, and but they're horrible though. They're horrible. Hey, that's a good question, Bishop. That's why I don't like the term superfan. And Sharif is here. Savage is here. I don't like the term. I answer to it, but I'm not dressed up right now. But I'm a fanatical, just diehard of the team. Bishop, you're a super fan. You're a super fan. Why? Because you are a diehard fan of the team. You don't have to dress out. That's why I like to say the guys that dress out, I don't like the term super fan. Easily recognizable fans. ERFs. Easily recognizable fans. Nothing super about me. I'm just easily recognizable. What's more accurate? Okay, I got to see this. They're only horrible if you're sober. Yes. And I don't drink a lot, so that's why it is. What's more accurate? Throwing 10-yard routes and Jack in the Box tacos are good with buttermilk ranch. Okay. I will defer the opinion because I've never had Jack in the Box tacos with buttermilk ranch. There you go. I had to put super fans so my account won't get confused with some other crazy accounts out in YouTube. Yeah, no, there you go. But yeah, that is it's Oka Raider Savage. There you go. Yeah, there are. There's the Savage. There's the Oakland the Savage fans, and there's a bunch of Savage fans. Savage AF. Okay, Savage AF. Yeah, I got a Moe's, but guess what? They're closed. I will look. Okay, but I'm pretty sure Moe's is closed. Moe's in Valrico. Moe's Southwest Grill closed. And they're good. Moe's is good. Moe's is really good. Willie Wayne, if you make the good, I'd love to have some good homemade tacos. Nacho Bell's Grande is yummy. That's what I was going to get. What a burger. Not out here, Rob. This is Tampa. And not even Tampa. It's Val effing Rico, which is east of Tampa, which is east of Brandon. There ain't no Whataburgers here. Not in Florida. Not in Florida. There's Steak and Shake. Thank you. And see, this is what we were saying. If you know your Raiders history, dress up or not, those are super fans. I am a super fan in the fact that I love my Raiders. Been a fan since 1972. Oh, Cool Kev says Mo sucks. Jack in the Box tacos are fried. Yeah, they are. Not a fan of Jack in the Box. And thank you, Jimmy Farrell. I appreciate that. Thank you. That makes me feel better. Like I said, I'd like some input. If you want to come into the show, and remember, please use those hashtags. I'm gonna put this up as well. See if anybody wants to come in. We had Sharif here. Sharif, are you? There we go. Right on cue. Right on effing cue. Love that. What was every Mexican pizza the best thing on the menu? That and the cheesy gordita. Yeah, but I'm probably gonna go to Taco Bell after the show. But before we do, we're gonna hear from my favorite shipmate, which is good because we're at the 138 mark, and I'm gonna bring him into the show. Sharif Sa'ala Khan, and I haven't hit the timer yet. Give me a mic check, shipmate.
Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2.
There you go, brother. I hear you. How you doing tonight? Good to hear from you.
I'm glad. I'm good. I'm actually on the clock, but wanted to take a few minutes to chime in. So pardon any background noise. That's just the concrete and steel of the underground world here in the great metropolis known as New York.
There you go.
But I wanted to bring up the Josh Jacobs situation, and I'm hoping as a nation we're not making the grave mistake of underestimating what may be transpiring right before our eyes.
What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think it's hella, for my Bay people, hella peculiar for him, and I think it's intentional for him to film himself going into MetLife. Now, he did mention he's a Yankee fan. The Yankees don't play in MetLife. And MetLife isn't a brand new stadium. He's been there at least 2 or 3 times already as a Raider. I know because every time I've gone there, we have lost. I think I've been there 4 times, and every time, the Raiders have come to town, we have lost.
Yeah,
but given the fact that he was told months ago that it was made public that his 5th option, his 5th year option would not be picked up.
Right.
I believe the kid feels some kind of way about it. And also, he was hanging with the CEO of his sports agency, of the people who manage his career. So he wasn't hanging out with his buddy from school or his cousins or something. I believe this is his way of trying to get a message across either to the brass or maybe to the fans what his next destination is or what his frame of mind is. And I have to be honest that he has a legitimate gripe to feel slightly disrespected. We didn't need to know if his option was going to be picked up or not so prematurely and early. Especially the fact that we rode his coattails to the playoffs last year with those last 4 games everybody keep talking about. It was Josh who made that possible, playing with bruised ribs and gaining 407 yards, easily 100-yard a game average. And remember, in the Cincinnati game, I believe he ran for nearly 80 yards or 70 yards on maybe 15, 14 carries, if not mistaken. But had he been given more work, who knows how that game might win. He averaged over 6 yards a carry in that game. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but you can verify that.
Okay.
And I don't think it would have been a bad play call to have maybe gave him like a delayed handoff or something when we were in that red zone just to catch the Bengals snoozing, because Josh doesn't go down with the first hit. That we know about him. But this I believe is a red flag, and we better not dismiss it, because for all we know, his family might be Giant fans or whatever.
Right.
You know, I just took it very serious that he felt the need to share publicly him walking into MetLife Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, and leave it just at that, on the heels of him being told that his next year option will not be picked up. Like, he's sending a strong message. And also, this is something I've noticed, Jack. You're on Instagram like I am. When you see all of these memes and hype graphics by our friends in the nation, you know, promoting this upcoming season, you always see the same 4 faces: Waller, Renfro, Adams, and Carr. Adams has done nothing as a Raider yet. I'm sorry. He's done absolutely nothing as a Raider. I never see Jacobs. It's like he's not part of the offense or something. And yet that man, as I shared with you yesterday, Marcus Allen is the only Raider to have more 1,000-yard seasons than him. All the running backs that have put on those colors. So he has a right to feel a certain way. And I think the fact that he made that video public, he was sending a strong message.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there because I want to make sure you get your full 5, and you're about 37 seconds away, because I am going to put out the information that you wanted as well. Jacobs against the Bengals, okay, 13 carries for 83 yards at a 6.5 clip, okay, wonderful, okay, and remember, we are only down, okay, 6.5 yards a clip. You know, 83 yards total, 13 carries. Plus, he had, let's see here. He had 4 catches for 44. So, again, 11 yards at an average as a pass catcher. So, that he had a very productive day that day. And I agree with you in the fact that he was, I don't want to say he was underutilized. He was definitely utilized, but maybe, and maybe it goes down to what? The offensive play calls that time? Who, you know, and again, if you talk to my buddy Stuart Schweigert, who is a very positive person when it comes to Greg Olson, you know, he can't, Greg Olson is a very good friend to Stuart, so I don't talk about Greg Olson when Stewart's around, because honestly, I don't want to piss him off.
Uh-huh.
But I do think that there should have been more usage of Josh Jacobs maybe earlier or maybe in different places. And like you said, at that time, and Derek Carr makes that bonehead play
That's
of
right.
spiking the ball.
That's right.
I will say that he made a bonehead play in spiking the ball. And, maybe that should have been the handoff to Jacobs. And then they see what they got from there. Then if they need to spike the ball, maybe that should have been the play, because it was a first down spike, wasn't it?
I as far back I can remember, yes, I believe it was. And it made me think of the famous jet play against the Marino. And I remember saying that because I watched it at the Tropicana, a whole bunch of other people in Vegas. And I was already drunk and pissed off at that point because I was fearing the inevitable. But again, to follow your point, was it really necessary for Carr to throw over 50 times? I know he wanted that moment, and to me, it seemed like he really wanted to try to capitalize or showcase what he can do in that moment. But yeah, he threw the ball over 50 times.
Yeah, 54,
and then Jacobs is averaging 6 yards a split.
Yeah, 54 attempts.
That's insane, and I still don't think he had more yards than Burrow, if I'm not mistaken.
Let me see. Burrow had 244 and Carr had 310. So no, Carr had more yards. But only because I brought it up because you wanted me to get it, and I got it for you, shipmate.
Right. So the soap opera continues. If Jacobs is here, I definitely, sad to say, I don't expect to see him next year.
Yeah, I mean, I don't expect to see him next year. Let me get to your last 20 seconds. Yeah, I'm doing it. I give you the full 5 as I can, and when I interject, I stop the clock. He has he's got to do it this year, and I think it's going to be RBC. I think they're going to be running back by committee, and it might not be Zeus doing a lot of carries because I read the article where the Patriots, and I hate saying that name, but if we go back to what they've done, their rookies don't get a lot of carries their first year. If that is the way that McDaniels is going to run this organization, don't expect a lot out of Zamir White because, again, historically, the Patriots don't use their rookie running backs a lot their first year. Sony Michel is a good example. Another kid from Georgia who the Patriots picked up. He wasn't utilized as much. They don't utilize their rookies a lot. Maybe they will break out of that this year, saying that the Raiders need to see what Zeus White can do, and we'll see what happens. But again, we'll have to see.
Yeah, and basically with all the weapons on as far as the receiving targets go, mathematically, that's going to affect his workload. Because now the Carr has his best friend on the roster. And going back to your point about the Patriots, you're absolutely right. They haven't had a whole lot of 1,000-yard runners. They tend to grind out rookies, or they sign older guys like Corey Dillon, and then send them out the pasture.
Yeah. And Sharif, I hit the clock hit, like I said, and you saw that I stopped it when I interjected because I want to make sure that you and pretty much everybody else gets their full 5 minutes. And of course, you're allowed to do those final thoughts after the bell because I'm not going to say, oh, that was your final 5 minutes, get the hell out. I'm not like that. So your final thoughts out the door, shipmate. I agree with you that it's a little peculiar, and it's not per se peculiar. It's definitely known why he did that. It is a statement. It is a statement. But also up to him to make a statement with the way he plays this year.
Well, we got to be fair. He when he's healthy, he's always made a statement. Raiders are 7-2 when he goes for 100. One of those losses was against the Chiefs, who has always dominated us in the Carr era. The other game was against the Packers when Carr fumbled on the goal line.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're undefeated with that man. And like I said, he's played hurt. You remember the last game in Oakland? He went against medical advice to play and try to get that win for us.
Yeah, I was there too.
So
I know you were.
I will always respect a man who put his body on the line, and you subtract him from the equation, and especially 2019. We're a 2-14 team without him in 2019 after the Khalil Mack trade.
I agree.
But
Sharif,
thank you, bro. I'm not going to be greedy. I got work to do. I will share the hashtag and talk to you soon.
Hey, thank you there, Shemaine. I appreciate it. Everybody to share, like I said, I appreciate everybody to share the hashtags because I'm just saying, I can't do it without my help. It's just like the old Beatles song, man. I get by with a little help from my friends. And thanks again, Sharif popped out. Thank you, Sharif. Thank you to everybody. Remember, Captain Jack play-by-play, play with the captain. And we had 2 hours here, not quite, but we're getting near the end of the 2 hours, and I appreciate everybody being here. Remember, like, share, like, share. Comment after the show, please. And remember, if you miss the Wild Wild West show, and you're not on YouTube, well, if you're on YouTube, you can always watch it on my channel. It's always there. If you want to watch it on MHRT over there, you can do that as well. But it will be broadcast on Roku tomorrow night. So if you want to check out Roku, please do. The Northeast Streaming Sports channel on Roku. Please check it out. Roku TV, Northeast Streaming Sports. We appreciate you being over there. And that's why I get a chance to. And I will try to put Chronicle shows on there as well. But as you know, Chronicle shows normally they're a little more non-PG, definitely are. And I gotta watch the language, man. And I love Daniel, and even the other night when I did the Chronicle show, and it wasn't on Roku because I didn't have to watch my language, man. Yeah, I was letting them fly. It's fun, but there are things that have to be done, and I will do what needs to be done. And I saw it coming over here, and as soon as it comes in, I will put it up there. Here it is. Do you have a catchphrase ready when the Raiders score? I've been working on some. I've been thinking of them. And I'm not going to put it out here. It'll be something that I put out when I do my demo. And I have a couple, because you got, maybe one is more kitschy than the others. But yeah, you got to have a catchphrase. And best to, obviously, with Greg. Touchdown Raiders. And that's fine. Bill King will never be touched. And Brent Musburger is the most respected, I want to say, sports broad, but Vince Scully. We talked about Vince Scully earlier as well. Can't take nothing away from Vince Scully. Red Barber, even Howard Cosell. But yeah, Brent Musburger is royalty. And his was jackpot Raiders. I got it. But it was Brent's. I like that as well, our Raiders. And yeah, Musburger was getting old, but you know what? He's 83. He lives in Vegas. He's a gambler. He doesn't need a job. I'm sure, and I'm not saying anything bad about Brent Musburger. I'm sure he'd tell you the same thing himself. Okay, we're getting near where I got to do my outro. Again, thank you for joining me on the show. Chronicles will be here in another 2 weeks. We'll see what we got going on. Sunday we will have a show. This was been You Don't Know Jack About Sports. We'll have the regular Ask Captain Jack show. That'll be Sunday. Remember, Roku tomorrow will have the Wild Wild West show from Wednesday. You can watch it on my YouTube channel. You can watch it on MHRT. You can watch it on Roku TV semi-live. Thanks again for everybody. I'm going to see if I can go get something to eat. Appreciate you. Watch, like, share, and please get that hashtag out. Please help me with that. I will put it up again. Thanks again, folks. We'll see you next time.